Hi, I'm Richard Toms. I'll tell you a bit about myself. I'm married with 3 beautiful daughters, 13, 18 and 20. They keep me relatively busy. Yuki, what have you lost, Chloe?
I had a bag there.
Hey, Talani. Talani. Okay, I think that's it. I used to be quite sporty, particularly my sport was rugby union, where I represented the Wallabies through the 90s and then went on to playing soccer. Of recent years, obviously, confined to my wheelchair since my accident. So I'm now just short of 2.5 years since my injury. I was told at the time, sort of in the early weeks of my injury, that you'd get your best results in the first 18 months to 2 years. And I think they were pretty correct. I reckon 18 months to the day I sort of peaked with my rehabilitation, so to speak.
How's that feel?
It feels all right. Fantastic.
So since then I've just been sort of trying to maintain what I have. A day in the life of me, or let's say a week in the life of me, is that I try to get in at least 3 to 4 outdoor sessions, which may involve riding my bike on a recumbent bike, or I get into a pool, generally obviously with someone, and I try to do pool work, which will be just wading and trying to get stride length and getting my legs moving, just a bit of extra range. Then I've got some very good mates that come and help me do some physical activity, maybe with resistance bands or with ropes and things like that. So I try to put in at least one of the 3 to 4 sessions a week involving those sort of activities, and then another 3 to 4 sessions of just stretching particularly my back down on the ground and stretching that. And I work also two days a week. So I fit that in there. It's due to COVID, it's working from home. Prior to that, I was going into the office 2 days a week. So that, accompanied with my other sort of maintenance sessions, makes up my week. Well, up until now, I haven't had any urge to really get a car or sort of have that independence of the car. It's been sort of adjusting to my condition, and the Permobil chair has been just magnificent for me because it's the range it has in its battery allows me to actually commute to various good distances. So it gives me a good time outdoors, which normally I'd probably walk, and so therefore I'm in my chair doing the same sort of distances. Or if I need to travel further afield, I get on the buses.
I don't mind. Probably the left side.
It allows me to get on the buses safely, as well as be located on the bus safely when going around corners, etc. It's very sturdy, and getting off the bus safely. So it ticks all those boxes, so I can do that. I've also travelled on the trains, etc. So it gives me the freedom to be independent of, I don't have a car, so it gives me independence to actually do public transport very freely, etc.
Don't have a little turbo button on that thing?
Because it is so reliable, it's very sturdy, it's very heavy in the base, so it doesn't tip over very easily anyway. I haven't tipped over. So it just allows me to do lots of things which I need to do, which particularly a manual chair doesn't allow me to do. I'm fiercely independent. I want to be as independent as I can. So therefore, I push limits, I push things which are still safe, but they're things which I need to be able to do on my own consistently. I just keep pushing myself to be able to do that. I think that's what drives me, is that I don't want to have to rely on other people and a carer or my family. I like to be as independent as I can. It's calling on a different mate every day of the month for October. It's for addressing men's mental health, and I think we could all do with a bit of support in that regard. Look, I've got a couple of other fundraising days lined up for March. One is a soccer day, which is an annual event for the Guns Out for Tomsey Cup, as well as a golf day in March also. It's also for my foundation, Guns Out Spinal Foundation. So both are fundraising events for that. Stay positive. It's difficult, and you reach it and you're going low, etc. Just keep thinking around the corner. There's positives, and also work out what will actually give you that positives. That's the only reason I do my stretches, 4 or 5 days a week, is because it saves me going down a hole physically, which then backs up me going down a hole mentally. So realise, and it takes time, what keeps you in a good condition and keeps your head in a good condition, and try to stick to that. That's my pleasure, Ben. Just in time for the cricket.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, we timed that perfect.
Bloody oath you did.